What's up YouTube, Con4Man221 here, and welcome back to our Code of Heroes 2 online replay. We're playing on Enderbrook train station. I think it's called, it's the station map anyway. I played here before. Sorry for the delay in videos. There has been, basically my game was, my whole computer was crashing when I was playing this game or Arma. So basically I tried doing this replay 3 times and my computer just completely shut down. I think I fixed it, so... Well, obviously, if you see the whole video up, then I did fix it, but I tried to fix it last night. And so maybe with my NVIDIA graphics card, I downloaded the driver directly from their website instead of using their software, which I think might be a little glitchy. It needs to be repaired. And I am playing as the U.S. using the Elite Rifleman Doctrine. I guess it's called the Rifleman Doctrine. Yeah, or Rifleman Company. Basically, the Rifleman Doctrine. And you can see on this map, basically with the fog of war, you can't see anything unless you're like right here. So you can see we kind of ran into each other there. I'm already laying barbed wire. I just want to cut his men off. Just by putting down the barbed wire early. One, we're taking a lot of we take a lot of damage when we're laying the wire because we're totally exposed and have no guns. So I blocked him off there temporarily, and what I was gonna do, but then I come right back with my men. He's outnumbered and outgunned here. What that does, it's gonna force him to kind of go. We're gonna try to choke point him here. And one of the great things is that he's to now get the hazard removal kit with his pioneers, which really messes him up. As you can see, I started laying the barbed wire, but I'm down to 1 man. I have to fall back. Barbed wire is not perfectly laid. I should have turned my camera a little bit like this, but you can see my riflemen are actually going to shoot. And I'm not sure if he can get around that. But you can see he's already going to start trying to shell me with his mortar. You know, we're playing with Juice Box. He's going to be as the Soviets. And I have my men grouped up here, which is, you know, I'm really trying to defend this point. So I'm trying to spread them out, but they're getting killed by this mortar, which really isn't good. I'm impressed this mortar actually got 2 kills there. German mortar's not too good. It seems like it has a little bit long range. It seems a little unbelievable. I mean, well, technically a mortar could probably, I don't know, it doesn't look like that'd be that accurate. So I counter the Overcome into West of me, and he's got some machine guns. So you can see Juice Box is going to do that. I believe he's going to put a machine gun in this corner house to cover my flank. Then we have the Overcommando West advancing on this side. Juice Box is going to grab some munitions for me. It's only about 2 minutes into the game, so he's still linking up various points. But my defense on this is going to be along, you know, this road here. This is going to be my defensive line. I want to hold this map because then I'll have the victory points. You know, fuel is pretty secure. If we can hold the center, also we can just win on BPs alone by holding this center and this spot here, which they've just taken. So now we're going to start losing some VPs here, which is not great. Honestly, like, I don't even look at VPs during the game. Usually, like, I forget they're at the top. I mean, it's not like they're hidden. I look at the stars, but you shouldn't make VPs affect your gameplay, especially in the middle of the game. Anyway, you can see he had to upgrade the hazard removal kit, and I'm actually going to try to wipe out that squad, which I did. So I further delayed his him being able to break my barbed wire up. So you have 2 riflemen here. I do have an ambulance coming to the front line, so the ambulance is going to come and heal them up, which is a good thing. I do have an elite rifleman squad out also. These men have 2 kills. Our riflemen really haven't killed a whole lot. Yeah, these guys only have 2 kills either. Anyways, you're just going to see Juice Box is going to actually lose 2 squads here, unfortunately. These guys are in perfect position. They are in heavy cover. These guys are in the open, and they have to like retreat. They're gonna retreat through his guys, unfortunately. And just about to try to get through cover. These guys are just dead. They're running right past these Storm Pioneers with multiple squads. And the same thing will happen in this squad. You just basically have to stand there and die. I'm trying to bring my troops over to help support. You can see he's kind of giving up on this point. I mean, he has a bunch of Grenadiers aggressively pushing, but he's supposed to mortar to help support me. And I'm gonna try to support him because these guys are dead. So we lost 2 squads there. Pretty big loss. Unfortunate, but I mean, you could try to retreat earlier. What I would do maybe if I was Juice Box, I would have clicked my men over to here, like my concert squad, and then clicked the retreat pass so they didn't have to go right through all the enemy. But it's easy to look back on a small decision like that, you know, early on. Here's a decision though. Here's this Kupelwagen there, and I'm gonna launch my anti-tank rifle grenade on him and try to wipe this Kupelwagen out. It's the only thing. This is basically their machine gun, right? It's their suppression thing. I'm seeing the MG34 becoming quite popular with the Oberkommando West, though. It's been buffed in a recent patch, well, relatively recent patch. And you can see my guys are bet 2 right here, 4 kills so far. Riflemen really don't have that killing power, especially early on. Like, they can hold their own but they're just not like the shock troops. You know, they're not supposed to be. You can see you got another group and removed all my barbed wire, unfortunately, then retreated for some reason. I mean, light machine guns, though, I'll take that back. Light machine guns make riflemen extremely deadly. I think they're even better than the bars. So you can see he's going to try to take this position here, and I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to wait. You know, I saw him briefly there. I'm wait for my men to completely heal up, and I'm going to charge in kind of like a blob-like fashion. He doesn't have grenades, he has rifle grenades. And he's going to get kind of stuck here. My men will win this fight. They all have semi-autos. These guys have carbines. So he's forced to fall back. He's got very heavy tier 1, and when you go this heavy on tier 1, you know, he's the second Pioneer squad out. Build a medic bunker at base, because this will keep your men alive, because you can reinforce these guys, so it'll be very low health. Or even better, just hop down to your allies one. Now I'm controlling a major point here, and those guys did get wiped out, and we did shoot the wounded automatically. Those guys do give line of sight to your opponents, keep that in mind. So I'm attacking in a blob here. I wouldn't recommend this to attack in a blob. I always say, you know, don't blob up like that. I know my mistake, especially the artillery, so I'm going to fall back and kind of spread out my men a little bit. That was just a choke point, right? I was in a kind of a choke point here. I just need to try to get as much fire on these mortar crew as I could, and you can see he's blobbing back up and going to try to take me on. So I do have my lieutenant here kind of scouting holding this kind of side. And I can now see them going in. I'm going to move over these troops here to help, I'm pretty sure. And I'm taking this point right here. Actually, I'm going to fall back with my lieutenant. And he might actually try to take this center area. Let's have the infantry support gun. This thing is so annoying. Like, it's not very good necessarily, but it's just annoying to fight against. Now you can see how my men are shooting down the road into the flank of his grenadiers, so trying negative cover, so he's going to fall back. He's smart. He fell back behind this area, so I'm forced to go on the open road, and these guys almost got wiped out, which is not good. Now I have a lieutenant. I'm going to try to get a machine gun, which I actually have right now, which just came onto the battlefield, so I can, you know, help hold up against his grenadier. I'm not going to call it grenadier spam, but against his grenadiers that are coming at me. I'm going to lay some barbed wire down with the protection of my riflemen. And look how low health those guys are. He's going to retreat and reinforce again. He should have really come down onto this medical truck and just healed up his men. Anyway, you can see Juicebox is basically going to hold this position. He has a lot of conscripts. He has some machine guns. He's getting ready to place a machine gun in this house. Now, what I don't... Well, actually, he's going to pull off because he knows I'm in this house right now, but don't try to seed buildings, you know, if you don't have to. Anyway, my men are going to get killed there, so I got to fall back. Barely got away with that squad. One thing I could really use is a major, which I have the fuel for. And what that major would do for me is he could do that forward retreat point, which I'll do. I think I'll do that a little bit later with my truck. And they're just pounding me with the combination of that mortar, which is getting more and more accurate, and this light artillery, which is support gun. I mean, luckily I'm healing up my men because these guys are technically in combat, so they weren't healing there, but now they are. Yeah, you're probably saying, why are you so clumped up like that? You know, especially when they're, you know, the enemies. Now they shoot the light infantry support against Juicebox. Border assault's gonna fail. I would recommend one more MG. The thing is, you have to micro your MGs. You can't let these guys get around you and throw a grenade. You can see he's trying to flank there. And probably toss a grenade. You know, he's gonna focus fire on this MG. Actually, he's going after the conscript squad. Interesting. And it seems like these Panzer Shreks actually kill infantry quite effectively, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You can see I just want to make this hell for the enemy to flank. You know, I put the barbed wire up again. I unfortunately didn't put the barbed wire like right there, which I should have. But I'm putting down the tank traps. I just want to make this hell. You know, make it hard for my opponents to do any kind of armor. You know, armor's very. I wouldn't recommend I call it a Hetzer, but I wouldn't recommend a Jagd Panther. I want to recommend an ISU 152 on this map. I wouldn't recommend SUs. I recommend T-34s, Panzer IVs, Shermans, Hellcats. Actually, we don't have Hellcats. Jacksons, sorry, we have Jacksons. And artillery is going to be key on this map. Thankfully, Juicebox has the mortar, which is kind of helping, but they're killing us in the infantry department here. Now, I'm trying to get these guys out of here. I really need a reinforcement even at the front lines, so these guys are going to attack me. They do have Gevers on his grenadiers. You know, well, he skipped, I guess, okay, we'll go. He skipped White Halo. He skipped He skipped like the mechanized, coming and just going straight for tanks, I guess. I was thinking about doing something here, but I thought, you know, if I need to flank, I don't want to completely cut off all my routes. Anyway, I do have my major out. Honestly, doesn't this lieutenant's picture look awesome? Like, compared to a rifleman squad, look at the lieutenant. Like, he's got that, I don't know, he just looks awesome. Anyway, you can see, let's actually hop into our, I know it's a little bit late in the video, we're about 10 minutes in. Let's get our opponent's doctrines. Lightning War, and he has the special operations, which make, I've used this before, I think you saw my video there. Radio silence helps, but the infrared SCG-44 package is amazing. Absolutely devastating. It will kill any infantry unit. Like, Overcommando West, the Overcommandos, with their Oversoldat are very powerful. I would almost call them slightly overpowered with those infrared scopes. Then again, you have the paratroopers with light machine guns that just decimate infantry. This one you have one or two of them that are high veterancy. See, G-Spox is holding the south pretty well here, but he's going to get outflanked. Very good use of actually flanking force by Kaiser. Not bad indeed. I'm kind of open to shifting a little bit more towards the center. I see G-Spox is getting double teamed. And I'm actually building these further back. And, you know, it's never good for me. I can tell I'm outgunned here with the Gewehr, and I figure, you know, I want that Sherman, right? But I could really use some bars. As I'm retreating back to base, I'm equipping them with some bars to help deal with the enemy threat. Plus, we're getting plenty of munitions. It'd be even better if G-Spox was able to hold their munitions, but I don't blame him. He's getting double teamed. These guys keep shifting to the more open southern part of this map here. You know, I'm trying to help, and look at my guys about to get wiped out by that artillery. I think that's going to screw up White Halos. He doesn't have a medic bunker and is not retreating back to this point. You can see the Yog Panzer is out. A little gutsy call to have a Yog Panzer on this map because it can be outflanked and it's just totally screwed. But if you can focus down the main street line here, you can do okay. But there's so many avenues I keep cutting. I cut them off for me. But, oh hey, you see, this is one of my favorite parts of this map. Right here. Well, not the building, but this little alleyway. Often the enemies will set up like a forward position around this area here, or their truck, and you can just flank them. So that's what I'm doing here. I probably should have not flanked with both squads. I probably should have had one squad just charge the machine gun to keep him busy while the other one flanked. Because right here I get a little stop. Look at these guys. Like, one man is in the kill zone, and then these two guys get killed. So I have to fall back there. Unfortunate. That was a failed assault by me, but the flank was good. G-Spox now has some shock troops coming in. These guys are perfect for this map. This map was almost made for shock troops and close quarter troops. But yeah, I'm not getting... my men aren't that healed up. I am losing some troops. I'm going to set up my good old forward retreat point back here. My lieutenant's pulled out of the fight. I got to go. I think he might get killed. One step before. Oh yeah, I was waiting for the forward retreat point to have him retreat right to the major. You notice the major sets out like a little communications beacon thing. I think that's just a cool feature. It originally wasn't that way. I'm using the Pathfinders actually. I'm trying to get you some good airborne gameplay. Oh, look at that guy just getting destroyed. These guys don't stand a chance against, you know, these guys in cover with bars. I think we only have one bar actually. You can double equip your squads, which I'm starting to see kind of the point there, because only one man in your 5-man squad is a bar. That gives them some firepower, but those light machine guns, they're awesome. Anyway, this house is just naturally destroyed on this map. Well, you can see that truck glitched out a little bit. So we have our machine gun. You can see the guy is actually sticking his machine gun through the ground, not even looking at the window. Maybe he'll adjust. I'm just kind of covering this flank. I'm really focusing on the south and trying to help G-Spox out here. But he's actually going to try to wipe out this Vet 2 mortar team, which he almost does, and he does it so great. You know, Vet 2 mortar team wiped out. Unfortunately, he's going to retreat right through all the enemy units, and he'll probably get killed. So, unfortunately, lost a shock troop squad, but he got rid of a Vet 2 tank. That's not bad. There's a Panzer IV out, just as my Sherman comes out, of course. I'm switching on to HE rounds. I want to go up to some of this infantry. I kind of mess with the infantry a little bit. Like, I wouldn't recommend this. I'm getting a little cocky with my Sherman. You know, now I have it on the field. So I'm going to fall back because I see these guys want to Shrek me. They're pushing forward. So I'm going to kind of fall back there. And I didn't manage to kill an infantry squad, or an infantry unit there. I'm also building a munitions cache. I had some extra manpower. You can see I'm floating a little bit. And I definitely want to help take out some of these units. So I don't want to be too cocky push up, because I don't want to get Fausted and then, you know, look what comes and kills me, that, or, you know, this tank, or the Panzer IV that's down here. Panzer IVs are back. They are very powerful. It seems like they seem like they can take out tanks rather easily. Anyway, they're throwing grenades at me. I wasn't sure. I was kind of thinking about this the other day. I think the Americans should start out with grenades. The way I see it is that the Volksgrenadiers, they can be upgraded. You know, they don't have all the weapons that Americans can be upgraded with, right? But they actually managed to get my engine there, unfortunately. So this is where they should have capitalized and moved in. What they're gonna try to do? He's gonna try to flank around or something. So the American Riflemen are 280 manpower, right? 280 manpower. They have to be upgraded to be decent, right? Oh, look at this guy flanking me, actually. So he's flanking me from both sides, which is a good way to approach the building. He's going to move around this building because he knows my lieutenant can't shoot him. But he might lose his Vet 2 squad if he manages to pull back. That's what I was saying about the Riflemen. The Riflemen are 280 manpower, and they don't have grenades, and the American has to delay his tanks significantly by 25 fuel to get that. Volksgrenadiers are made from the default building. They're 235 manpower, so what is that, like 55 less manpower than American squad, and they automatically come with grenades. That isn't, it really comes to light in the heavy urban maps like this map here. Kind of messing my own barbed wire there, but I'm gonna hop out of my tank and repair it after I turn it around, of course. So I don't know, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think about grenades? I think that the American infantry should just come with that. Do you think they're too powerful already as it is? Someone told me that the American grenade's better. I've not necessarily seen that, especially, I mean, I know he's throwing infiltration grenades now, but just a basic, you know, let's look at a Volk squad really quickly under Kaiser. 235 manpower, default building, don't have to build anything. Much cheaper. Wow, this guy's putting 1,000 manpower. He needs to get some more men. A lot of resource float right now. Anyway, I'm going to try to take out these squads. You know, they're 90 munitions each, and they don't have a ton of munitions. So I kind of, at this point I was kind of realizing, and I wiped out his Vet 2 Storm Pioneer squad, so he's been pretty decimated. I'm going to immediately call in an Easy 8 here to help me out. We're basically been, you know, this fight, you know, they still hold the south here. That's because no one's really messing with that right now. We're kind of pushing them back towards their perimeter here. I want to wipe out this car here. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose my squad, but this car did go down. I'm not sure it was my Vet 3 squad, but we just got massacred. This is a poor engagement for us. All these guys, you know, I'm going to throw down artillery. Well, G-Spot's going to throw down artillery again. Now, if you could throw it down on their medic truck, that would be amazing. And my men are done. They're Vet 3 vehicle crew. You can kind of hop more veteran troops, more veteran crews into like the Easy 8s and stuff. And I've done that once or twice, but I don't think it's... The crews often, even they're Vet 3, right? They're Vet 3 repair. They're not Vet 3 on their tank. So these guys are in Vet 1 on a Sherman. They're going to be less on an Easy 8. So basically all my men, I got another squad. You know, I'm going to try to equip them with bars when I can. I have another squad here. I'm reinforcing, you know, reinforcing and healing up men back here. I really like the combination of the ambulance and the major. It just seems like a great thing. So I have my two tanks here. You can see, you know, so let's say that Panzer IV I saw comes up. And they'll be fighting the Easy 8 armor. If it tries to push me as I retreat, I'm going to lure him to a trap. Hit him with an anti-tank rifle grenade and hit him with the Sherman, if he decides to move up that far. You can see I'm going to kind of hide. You know, I'm going to use the buildings to my advantage here. It's a very heavy urban map. Unfortunately, I kind of broke the wall here with the tank at some point, so... Yeah, breaking that wall means I can get around my kind of fortification. I didn't want to barbed wire this little choke point off. They are going to try to actually start hitting my Easy 8, which isn't good. I'm going to move my lieutenant in to try to take out this squad. And you can see they're throwing a grenade, which is decently effective. Anyway, they're pushing in. Both of them are here. I'm asking G-Spox for some aid. He's going to try to send some, hopefully some tanks down to me. I'm throwing my own, he's throwing artillery down for me, just kind of, you know, stop their assault. I have to fall back again. This Yog Panther is, you know, it's gonna start picking at my tank here, so I need to pull back before I get in trouble here. Because he has the ATs up here, which even be okay. Juicebox has a machine gun to cover my retreat, which is great. My infantry is back here. Desperately needs to be retrained. Retrained as quickly as possible. It's one of the good things about floating a little bit of manpower. I can just instantly retrain my men when I need if there's a big engagement. One thing Juicebox could have gone in this match that would have been very helpful is Katusha, but keep in mind he needs his T-34s, and it's a different building. So we really have them pushed back to like roughly this intersection, and you know they have their fuel right, but we own most of the map. We're getting 29 fuel per minute. Well, I am at least. Let's go in the Juicebox. 29, and White Halo's getting 23. So you can see the map control does contribute a little bit. Here's his. You know, you can't beat all these numbers here. I don't care how many Oberkommando guys you have, Oberkommando West, Obersoldat. Well, actually, if you have just as many squads, you could probably win. But look at this. I would not recommend blobbing up like this because of grenades and multiple tanks. But it was a concentrated attack. And these guys look sweet. Like, look, this guy has like a cool backpack on. He's like running back and forth. Anyway, he's testing my defense. I have a machine gun up here now, and yeah, wiped out a Panzer Grenadier squad there. Very nice. So move that machine gun over to here. So I'm pretty defensive in the center here. And you can see these guys are kind of bunched up along the wall here, and my Sherman wiped him out. So it now is using the radio net, which helps coordinate fire and basically makes our fire rate around other Shermans faster, which is very good to have. You can see I'm going to repair my tank here. Vet 2. 1 infantry killed so far in this tank. It's not providing too well. Not providing, you know, not doing exactly great. The Sherman with the HG is definitely pretty deadly. So you can see I have this tank to stop it, you know, basic German armor, and then I have this Sherman here to deal with infantry. But I can easily switch back over to armor-piercing AP rounds. So the Obersoldat with a paintball-looking gun. Just kidding. Did they take off? Oh, there's a guy. This guy has this awesome scope. Oh, don't move. Where is he? Yeah, that kind of looks like a paintball gun, those scopes there. Just take a picture. Okay, I took a picture. Oh, right there. Let's get some screenshots. Boom. These guys are pretty awesome. I do love the Obersoldat. These guys are, especially with these upgrades, they'll be very deadly. However, against Soviet numbers of machine guns, which is turned backwards for some reason. And retreated. Interesting. That won't stand a chance. You can see I'm pushing my men into a little bit of a choke point. But you can see my lieutenant is just going to try to go after that mortar. But they're actually laying barbed wire. This is very smart. He's trying to block my retreat, I think. Or you know what he did? He was probably just trying to put that down there in a default order. That's probably what it was. But I actually kind of wanted to scout. So, you know, we not only have the white phosphorus burning around, we also have, you know, we have the incendiary barrage. Anyways, Obersoldat here, pushing up. But I have my tank, so you have to be a little careful about that. You can see how much health they're taking down a decent amount of my health of my men. But yeah, this Vet 2 mortar doesn't stand a chance. We really need Juicebox to, you know, send a squad just to, you know, try to capture the munitions, or at least try to take the victory point away from them. Because for all, actually, there's a Sherman's here and a KB8, very good against infantry. And a Panzer IV is not that good. You can see I do have a decent amount of armor. Wow, that shot bounced right off. Yep, T-34s, very cheap, ton of them, much more than the German tanks. So here's what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to try to hit him with an anti-tank rifle grenade, and what that will do is basically stop his engine so I can single him out, and you can see how my tank's getting ready to move. I'm worried about getting Shrek'd and possibly hit with an AT thing though, so I'm being a little cautious. And my men are getting killed by these grenadiers. So I'm going to fall back again. I'm just going to keep, you know, fighting over this point. You know, it's an extra 3 fuel per minute for them. Yeah, so I have more and more squads. They're just retreating back to here, so I don't even have to go back to base and keep kind of this forward presence. And right now I'm kind of hoping he makes a mistake. see mass Soviets running down the streets here. And more artillery going down. And just keep pushing them back, right? We have the munitions. We're getting 52 a minute. Thanks to my munitions cache. And I built the second one too. So I'm like, okay, I need these munitions. The white phosphorus. What I really want to do is get a white phosphorus barrage right on this truck here. You can see you set up pretty, you know, it's pretty smart the way you set it up because the building's kind of protecting from any kind of forward artillery. At least until the building goes down, right? So I'm getting a little aggressive here. Can't really see anything. I don't like advancing, you know, with nothing. You know, I'm like asking Juicebox for some support, which he's going to bring up to help me out. I think we're getting ready for a big assault down here. He's actually going to send just one shock. He's going to flank around this left side. So the second he spotted that, of course I get hit with the AT, but I did wipe out another one of their fuel caches. They don't really have an option, right? They don't control a lot of standard points. So I got hit twice. But I am calling the white phosphorus, and there's a tiger right there. So the white phosphorus will hopefully, you know, it kills men over time and blinds them, but just that double hit, right? That double whammy of the white phosphorus and the incendiary barrage is just devastating. The juice box is moving up, and I realize I need to support my ally here, so I'm going to activate my troops here in a second. Actually, his engine got destroyed. I think I know the juice box is kind of screwed, so it's not that I'm not helping my ally, but it's that I know he's lost, basically. I mean, it won't help us overall if I lose both my easy 8s here. And plus, he did get away with 1 T-34. He's going to try to he threw some smoke down. Maybe he's going to try to repair this, or I think he's going to hop in it, maybe. You can see he's doing attack, like what I think I showed you guys in a video before. Attack move. So we clicked on that tank, and it's way to destroy abandoned tanks, your own or your enemies. You can see they're killing my barbed wire. My lieutenant's duking it out with some basic Volksgrenadiers. And I realize I need to kind of pull back my tank here. So, you know, this Tiger, well, actually, the Tiger's been pulled back. I did lose my MG up here I did lose my MG back here along the lines. But I am kind of trying to focus on multiple points of the battle. I need to pull back at this point, but kind of trying to figure out what I want to do in the south with Juicebox here. And they're making progress in the north here against me, but I do have a lot of men, and I do have a lot of these anti-tank things. However, they're going to toss a whole lot of grenades, and they're going to gain more and more veterancy, which is annoying. But you can see I'm going to actually flank him here. He's going to get hit from 2 sides. I think I'm going to focus. I usually focus down 1 squad. Yeah, he's going to fall back. So I have a 3rd easy 8, and I'm thinking right now, like, even if my viewers are watching this, like, I have 3 easy 8s now. I got to act here. You know, I need to go try to take down this Tiger, and you know, we're going to do that. I'm going to attempt to do that in a little bit here. Most of my attention's focused on their attacks are coming in on this side, and this artillery that's killed 12 men. I forgot that these guys had Panzer Shreks. Actually, they don't have, do they? No. Sorry, they don't have the rifle grenades. Or the, not the rifle grenades, the anti-tank. Yeah, they don't have the Panzerfaust, that's right. And you can see I'm pushing in. His Tiger got a little aggressive here and is outnumbered. Soon there's an AT here. I wouldn't recommend attacking like this, but I'm using the buildings for cover, which is pretty smart. So this tank is singled out here. So I know I'm going to lose that tank, but I'm going to try to push in and take out his Panzer II. Even if I lose these tanks right now, you know, he can't really maneuver too well with that tank here. I'm not even watching the north. It is all about me going after this Panzer II. I can't, even though it's blitzing away, I cannot let this Panzer II win. He's going to try to hit my rear armor, but, you know, artillery's going down. Going to kill the crew there. They're down to 2 men. They just lose 1 and they're dead. So his Panzer II is getting away here. And I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to keep pushing in. I see his Tiger, who turns his back to me. And I'm a little screwed right here. I'm throwing down the, the white phosphorus. But his Vet 2 tank somehow got away from my men. I gotta pull back. As much as I want to kill his Tiger, just, you can't want it too badly. Sometimes, you can't sacrifice everything to take out that tank, You got lucky with his Panzer II, right? But you can't sacrifice it all sometimes. So I'm forced to pull back. I did push his tank pretty much out of commission for a little while. I'm taking back this point of mass juice box to take the point in the south. They're down to 133 points. Then we can win on VPs alone. Some kind of artillery going in, or anti-tank stuff. I'm not gonna hop out of my tank until I see that's done passing. However, down here, I did gain some veterancy on both my tanks, which is good. And we're actually gonna repair together. This is an American and Soviet effort together. I actually pulled everyone back. I just didn't want to lose anybody. I figured I'd just let that thing swirl around a little bit. Right now it's tied on who has which, VPs. I really didn't like victory point games in COH 1. I really actually pulled this guy even further back. I really like them in COH 2. Like, that's all you really play for competitive. It adds almost a tactical element, like holding the points, making defensive lines. I mean, this game would go on for, all the games would be really long. It was all Annihilation. I mean, Annihilation games could be over 2 hours on COH 1. It's about holding that tactical point over your opponent, and that's what I think is important. He's giving himself munitions, which is interesting there. Yeah, he's losing for, oh no, actually, he's transferring his munitions over to fuel. And you can see they're going to try to take this point. But I have a ton of infantry, I might as well just, hold this. I'm going to put some more barbed wire down, hopefully. Repairing my tank here, I keep my Sherman's actually either been, like, along here, or, like, back here. It's on the sides, it's, like, ready to ambush. So you have a 30 Z8 out again. I can just keep making them. We have the fuel. But I have to be careful. Look at how dead these guys almost are. I wonder if I'm going to see, actually, if the Oberkommando West medics will, OKW medics will actually heal these units, because they really should. Oh, they will. So he doesn't even need a medic bunker there if that's what he's building. You can see they're hitting me with artillery. Shocker. These guys have had artillery and we have no real answer to it. We have a mortar. But with the mortar, you should really be doing that veteran, precision strike with the veterancy. Anyway, I keep pushing towards his front lines here. I want to take out this artillery. And he also has a Stukasifus, I believe. Yeah, Stukasifus is right back here. I have a... Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think I have a fourth. I don't have a fourth EZA. So I'm trying to build some more tank traps. I want to just, like, box off this side. With his infantry force on this right side, he could probably overwhelm me. Which really isn't good. We're pushing hard in the south here. Well, we're about to. I have all my tanks getting ready. Trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm playing very conservative with my tanks in this match. And I kind of want them to make a mistake. I want them to, like, charge their Tiger in prematurely. But yeah, this guy was a Panzer IV, a Tiger, and a bunch of Grenadiers this whole match. And Pioneer squad. Anyway, they're pushing up, which really isn't good, for me at least. I moved my position back, which is good for me because, I felt a little exposed there. Wow, okay, that's good. Good, that's 10. They're going to launch Stukasifus. I swore, I thought it was not going to be, I thought it was going to be, like, around here where they knew the enemy was. Not too effective against the Sherman. Now you can see the second time I built the barbed wire, unfortunately they can be on this side and still capture it, so that was a mistake on my part. But once again, using the buildings quite cleverly. And I gotta pull back, I'm gonna lose my tank here if I'm not careful, because he does have ATs, and that Yog Panther keeps trying to kill me. I'm gonna screw with infantry. Now on this point I'm gonna try to push south. And I figure, I can just keep staying here, I can skirmish all day, but I gotta wipe this, I gotta get rid of this player here. They lost an infantry squad. I'm pretty low on infantry now. I only have 1 rifleman squad left that's full health. And he's not going to win against 3 EZ8s. Problem is there's a Tiger right there. But you can see the Tiger's maneuvering kind of funny. It's showing its side armor there. So I just need to push in right now. But I'm gonna wait for Juice Box's tanks here. We need to take this guy in the south together, and we have long range, right? So we just keep picking away at that Panzer IV, who's should be almost vet 3. It's almost vet 3. And yeah, they're pushing it again. They've taken this point. I pretty much don't have a lot of infantry to just counter him right now. So all my tanks are still alive, thankfully. I'm gonna actually hop out and repair them. So I keep almost killing the Panzer II, and it keeps getting repaired by this. But they're down to 50 points. So I figure if I can just hold this victory point, we should win. We're holding the one in the south. So it's almost like, yeah, we pretty much won on victory. It seems like we're winning on victory points in this match so far. They gotta push up and take some points here. Oh, that's cool. That guy's camo because he's vet 2. Unit's hidden but moves slowly. So they're gonna try to take this again. I'm willing to fight these Oversodan. You can see they're throwing grenades at me. I'm just like, great. I'm gonna actually research grenades of my own, but you can see we're in the cover of this area. And I only need one squad here at a time, so even though they're gonna try to kill me with artillery, I can just keep one squad there. My little tense unit here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take these guys on. So you can see I hopped out one of my men. I wouldn't recommend breaking this game mechanic, but you can see I hopped out with, you know, this Easy 8. I hopped out the Easy 8. It gave me less population, and I'm going to hop back in and be over 100 population. That's a way to kind of trick the computer and the system there. I didn't know I was actually doing that there. I just thought, oh, I can get another Easy 8, might as well. But don't do that. It's usually not a problem because people don't have the fuel to, like, get that many tanks. You know, there's going to be another major assault here. I'm ready. I got all my infantry lined up. I put barbed wire down. I want to make it hell for these guys to try to take this point. And I have the white phosphorus saved up. I'm not going to win against the Overcommando West, but they're in the middle of the street. And I see them trying to take this point. I'm like, I will send everybody I have in here. See them tossing grenades at me, so I'm going to dodge this quickly, and I'm going to move back in. These guys are fighting. I'm going to get off of that. These guys are fighting in the center of the street here. I'm going to bring my lieutenant back over for more support. And look, we even have that Panzer IV with 9 lives. I even have my rear echelon troops involved here. How insane is that? See, one of them just got killed by one of those Panzer Shreks. And yeah, the Yog Tiger is kind of guarding the center of the city street there. My tanks are all repaired. I'm getting ready for a major assault. Gonna go after that Tiger. Thankfully, Juice Box did damage the engine on this Panzer IV that's further located down here. But there's a second one. Get ready for that. They have the AT gun also, which may have some defensive bonus. I don't remember exactly what this symbol is. Oh, it's relief forces, so you get some Oversodan for that. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, Oversodan. Yeah, Eastern soldiers, basically. So I'm going to push in. I'm just going to get behind all the lines. Nothing's going to really stop me right now. All seems to are back at base, refitting. So there goes that Panzer IV. There's a Tiger. And I don't care if you're a Tiger or a Puma or whatever, but you're not going to win against 4 Easy 8s. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go after this Stuka Sufus. There goes 100 fuel right there. I did lose my Vet 2 tank. I'm going to go after this Yog. This Yog Panzer's getting hit by the IS-2. So I'm trying to push back. You know, I did my grand assault. The Tiger's going to try to follow up here. The great thing about it, though, look at that Tiger just shift away. I'm actually going to start shooting right at this Tiger here. And surprisingly, like, my only way to get around, because I blocked myself out, is like back around this way. I'm not intending to do this. But like I'm thinking like, okay, can I slip around, possibly, you know, trick the, use the tank and micro it so I can get over the wall there, possibly. But more development happening in the center. There goes his Yog Tiger. So he's lost basically all his armor at this point. The Overcommando West guy. And then this guy's Tiger's still back here. And, you know, they seem to be able to take this at one point, but I keep, you know, falling back and reinforcing my men here. So they may be able to take this, but I'm going to take it right back. And someone just got blown up, his IS-2. IS-2s aren't what they used to be. They used to be great. I think they're okay now. I'm not sure they're worth the fuel necessarily. The IC-152 is more powerful than ever, though. It's amazing. So this part I was wondering, like, why does he have Oversod on? Or, I'm sorry, why am I calling Oversod on? Osttruppen, Eastern troops, basically. And that's when I decided to quit. Well, actually, they were down to 0 points. So that offensive... Ooh, he's a command tank. That offensive, you know, we were able to hold most of the map, most of the game. And, you know, they never really... They did a couple incursions here. They never got to this point, seriously. We were mostly fighting over the south. And, I mean, it was just a good game. I thought, let's look at the kills. 132 out of 135. I usually go negative as the Allies. I've noticed the Germans generally go positive. The Wehrmacht forces. Yeah, just being able to get those easy 8s, keep the armor alive, mostly do some devastating strikes, like killing, you know, wiping out between that infantry support gun and the Storm Pioneer, not Storm Pioneers, the Stuka and then getting the Jagdtiger wiped, or Jagdpanzer, and then, you know, getting rid of the Panzer IVs down in the south. I mean, that's just, wow, I had 2 Tigers. We won on VPs here. I think we could have kept the fight. We had the superior maneuvering, and I think we had pretty good tactics, especially holding up this, you know, just cutting off the side of the map. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below, and tell me what you think about grenades, because I think the Americans should have grenades for their standard riflemen. They cost more. And you can see there I have Americans, but I researched them, like, why should they delay their tanks by that much for grenades? And I hope you guys enjoyed. Godforman221 signing off.